how am I going to stand out online? Said pretty much every online coach that ever existed. So definitely the coaching industry, the online coaching industry can feel really saturated, and you might be wondering, how am I going to stand out? Or why would a client choose me over someone else? So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips to help you rise up and stand up above the competition. So if you're wondering who I am, I'm Kendra Perry, online business mentor for health and wellness coaches. And if you want to grow that business this year in 2021 and beyond, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell next to the subscribe button so you get notified, because I post videos every single Thursday. So I was actually a health coach for 5 years. And during that 5 years, I established myself as one of the top health coaches in the industry. And at one point I was getting so many sales calls that I had to switch to application only. And now I teach health coaches to do what I did. And a lot of my students have a similar experience. And really, it's about standing out. And so how did I do it? And how do my students do it? Let's talk about that in this video. All right, so number 1 is having a clear and concise message. Now, I know I talk about niching and messaging a lot, but it is the way that you stand out online. If you're out there being like, you want some health coaching and just selling sort of like general health coaching services, you're not going to stand out. Your message is going to be boring. It's going to be diluted. It's not really going to be meaningful for the people of whom you want to help. And truly, they're not going to know that you can help them. Okay. We really need to get into the brain of this person who is seeking help for their health. We really want to think about, like, what are they typing into Google, right? They are not typing how to optimize my health, right? They are not typing how to get healthier. They're not typing, how to feel good in my body or how to take my health to the next level, right? People aren't truly searching for those things, right? We want them to. Wouldn't it be great if people actually cared about optimizing their health and preventing future disease? But that's just not how it goes for people, right? We are taught to only seek out health when a problem arises, right? We have all grown up in this conventional medical system where we only go to the doctor when something is wrong. We don't go to the doctor for health advice to prevent future disease. It's just not how it works, right? And so people are really only going to seek help and be willing to invest good amounts of money in solving a problem when it's a big problem. So let's just visualize. So if you are not driving, close your eyes. Let's think about this for a second. Let's think about this person who has a problem. What are they typing into Google, right? So if we were ever going to be found by people, we really need to target the specific search terms in which they're looking for. And this really comes down to your niche statement. Now, I've done a lot of videos on niching, done a lot of podcast episodes on niching. So search this channel, search my podcast, The Wealthy Coach, if you want to get more info on niching. But if you are going to stand out online, you need to target and speak to a specific person, right? You want your people who are following you to feel like you are talking directly to them. You want them to feel like you are reading their mind, right? You want to tell them what they need to hear today, okay? And so that is the first step of standing out, is having a very clear and specific niche and actually targeting something with your marketing that people are actually searching for. Okay, so the number 2 way to stand out online is to have a really unique and compelling brand, okay? Now, branding is kind of this hard concept to understand. And so if you're a bit confused about what a brand actually is, that is normal, okay? But basically, think about the brand as the experience that a person has when they come into contact with you and your business, okay? So it's the way that they feel, right? It's the emotions that they experience, right? And so you want to be very intentional with how you build your brand. And a brand, typically, people are thinking about brand, they're thinking about fonts, they're thinking about colors, they're thinking about logo. Okay, yes, those are aspects of a brand, but really they should just be a reflection of the deeper personal brand, okay? And as an online coach, whether you're a health coach, mindset coach, fitness coach, career coach, whatever, you are building a personal brand, and your brand is you. You cannot hide behind a logo in 2021 and beyond and build a business. You just can't. So what you want to do with your brand is take the most interesting and comfortable and most compelling parts of your personality and translate that into your online persona. So online branding this year and beyond, and I predict that this will be true moving forward for many, many years, is you. It's your personality. It's the uniqueness that is you, okay? And I truly believe that we don't have competition online because I think there's only one you and there's only one me. And we're not competing with each other because we're just being ourselves. And people will always naturally gravitate towards the people of whom they connect with the most, okay? And so, you know, people may not connect with me. You may not connect with me. You may not like the way I talk. You may not like my Canadian accent or that I swear sometimes, right? You may not like those things, and that is okay. And I'm not offended by that because not everyone is gonna like me, not everyone is gonna like you, and you're just gonna naturally go find someone who you resonate with more, okay? And so this is really hard for new coaches because it's scary to show up online to a bunch of strangers and just be yourself and just let your freak flag fly, right? That's scary because it opens us up to judgments of others. But the truth is, people are going to judge you no matter what, so you might as well be yourself, right? And so nobody wants a bland, boring, monotone person from whom to get their information from that they are seeking, right? We really want to infuse our unique personality into the information of which we share online, okay? So this really comes down to knowing yourself. You have to know yourself. And this is why building a business is very much a personal development journey, because you actually have to learn to embrace these unique sides of yourself and be comfortable putting them out online, right? And so people want to see personality. They want to learn things with a unique flair, right? So if you are a really funny person and you like to make all kinds of jokes, I really want to see that in your marketing, in your branding, in your messaging, right? If you are a very like calm and, you know, relaxed and sort of like meditative person, great, bring that into your online presence, right? And so what will make you stand out above everything else is personality. And it shouldn't be anyone else's personality. I don't want you to try to be someone you're not. If you're not a funny person, if you don't like making jokes, don't do that, right? But if you do, then bring that to your online personality, because this is what will make you stand out, is building that very unique and compelling brand. Now, I would love to know, how do you feel when I tell you to be yourself online? How does that make you feel in one word? Let me know in the comments, because I know oftentimes it feels scary, but I would love to know exactly how that makes you feel. Okay, number 3 is to love the fuck out of your clients and audience. Love them, right? People will want to work with you if they truly feel cared for. If you are truly out there showing that you care about them so much and that you want to just provide them value and help them as much as possible, that will make you stand out. People are really turned off by what they sense as inauthentic, right? Or when they feel like someone is just trying to make a sale off of them, right? People are always getting marketed to these days. Everyone's trying to sell them something. And if it feels slimy, right? If they don't feel like this person truly loves and cares about them and has their best interest in mind, that's not going to build trust, and they're not going to want what you're selling. So I want you to truly love the hell out of them. Always be trying to brainstorm new ways that you can take better care of your clients, okay? Always brainstorm new ways that you can serve your audience better. And I've talked about this before, but this is what I call my serve first, sell second method, okay? So my goal with everyone who I talk to online, my audience, is to determine the best outcome for them, even if it's not working with me, okay? So recently, when during my last Health Coach Accelerator launch, this is my signature coaching program, I will actually link the waitlist below this video. But in the last launch, I had a woman on the webinar and she was just like, hey, Kendra, like, I'm really interested. I love your stuff, but I feel like I might be a little too be too far along for your program. So I'm not sure. And I was like, totally get it. I would never want you to be in my program if you were not the right fit. Shoot me an Instagram DM. Let's chat. Let's see where you are in your business. And I will tell you if you are a fit. I went through her stuff. I looked at her social media. I looked at her online presence. And then I was like, you know what? She's got a lot of this stuff dialed. I actually don't think she's a good fit for this program. And I was honest about that. I was just like, hey, you know, like, I love what you're doing. I think you are too far advanced, but I'll let you know when my next level program is available, right? So she was obviously incredibly appreciative, because we don't want the sale to be the bottom line. We want the experience to be the bottom line of us and the client. So we want to make sure they are always the right fit. So we just want to love them to the max and always have their best interests at heart, even when it might not be working with us. Now, just a little caveat here. Loving the fuck out of your clients and audience does not mean that you don't have boundaries and you allow them to break your boundaries and message you anytime and, you know, don't respect what you need, okay? So when loving people and truly having compassion, empathy, and love for people, audience members, clients, whoever, also involves establishing really clear and respectable boundaries, okay? So when I say this, I'm not telling you to break boundaries. I'm not telling you to build a business that makes you exhausted. I'm not telling you to allow clients to message you at 2 a.m. It's not what I'm saying. You can still have extreme love for people while still setting boundaries. All right, number 4 is to focus on building trust. Okay, so there was a recent study done, I believe this was in a Forbes article, where they were looking at what was the primary determinant of whether someone would invest in a product or not. And overwhelmingly, it was trust. And trust was above price point, it was above value, it was above quality of the program or the product or program. So I think I said that right. I think I'm getting a little tongue-tied, but trust is the trump card. It trumps everything. We need to build trust. And so if you're wondering, well, how do I build trust? Try to think about how you build trust with a friend. So let's say that you just met someone new, you just met this new girl at a party and you're like, oh my God, this girl's awesome. I really want to be her friend. How are you going to go about establishing trust, right? Well, you are going to make a concerted effort to get to know her, ask her questions, show that you are interested in knowing more about her, right? You are going to listen to her, allow her to, you know, vent or tell you about her, whatever it is. You're going to allow her as well to ask you questions, and you are going to give honest and authentic answers. You are also going to be consistent with your plans. You are not going to bail on her. You're not going to be flaky. When you make a plan with her, you are going to show up. You are going to be available to her. If she calls you, you're going to call her back within a reasonable time, right? So building online trust is really the same as building offline trust with friends and family, right? So how this translates into an online presence is you need to make a concerted effort to show your audience that you care about them, that you want to get to know them, and you have to allow them to get to know you as well, right? We can't trust people who we don't know. So they need to feel like they know you if they are going to trust you, right? Consistency. You're going to be consistent in the way that you show up. Even if that's just once a week, if that's all you can commit to right now, maybe because you have a lot going on, you're still working a part-time or full-time job, don't try to show up every day, because that won't be realistic and therefore you won't be consistent, right? If you're like, I can show up one day a week on Friday, that is when I'm showing up, commit to that, right? So be consistent, show up when you say you will, right? If you tell people you're gonna send them an email every single Wednesday at 8 a.m., send them a fucking email every single Wednesday at 8 a.m., right? Do what you say you are going to do. It is the same, because there is nothing that breaks trust more than inconsistency and flakiness and not staying true to your word, right? Not having integrity, not being authentic, right? So really focus on how can I build trust with my audience and show them that I deeply care about them. I deeply want what's best for them. And I'm also willing to allow them to get to know me as well. The number 5 way to stand out online is to actually be polarizing. So take a stand on topics that matter to you, okay? It's not a bad thing to be polarizing. And I mean, honestly, in 2021, it's not that hard to be polarizing. It feels like everything is polarizing. But, you know, when you take a stand on something, that you truly believe in. And this doesn't need to be political stuff, or it can be within your own industry. It can be within the health and wellness industry or the personal development or fitness space, whatever space you're in, right? You can stand up for what you believe in and be polarizing. When I say polarizing, what I mean is you split people down the middle. People are either 100% on board or it just turns them off and they go elsewhere. That is not a bad thing, because the people who are on board and agree with and resonate with what you are standing up for, they're gonna be your biggest fans. They are gonna be all about you. And the people who don't, it's okay. Again, they're just gonna naturally gravitate towards someone who has similar values and viewpoints that they do, and that's totally okay. So don't be afraid to take a stand. And yes, when you are a polarizing character online, when you do take a stand, people are not gonna like it, and you are going to get some pushback. It happens, right? In the beginning, it won't be as much because people won't know you as much, but as you get bigger, you grow a bigger following, you get more well-known, you get some trolls, right? You get some internet hate. I'm not gonna say that's the easiest thing to deal with, but it is something that you can become at peace with over time, okay? 100%. Will it get to you? Are you human? Yes, but it is something that you can do work on and deflect over time. But I think being polarizing, it will make you stand out, because you're not going to be people pleasing, right? You're not going to be just sugarcoating everything and hoping that people are going to like it. You are truly going to be standing up for what you believe to be true in your industry. And again, the people who resonate with you and what you're saying are going to be your #1 fans. All right, if you like this video and you want some more things from me, make sure to download my Ultimate Health Biz Starter Kit. Totally free. Inside this, you're gonna get a done-for-you health history, done-for-you client contract. I'm gonna give you my optimized your Instagram bio cheat sheet. I'm gonna give you my branding worksheet to help you stand out with your brand. I'm gonna give you my niche workbook. I'm gonna teach you how to make your company manual, which is gonna save you so much time. You will literally thank me like no end. And I think I got some more good juicy things in there as well. This is all in the starter kit, and I'm always adding to it, so you can download that for free by clicking the link below this video. Okay, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, you can let me know by liking it, subscribing to my channel, leave me a comment, I answer them all, or share it with a coach who you think it will help. You got this. I know you can stand out. Now get out there and let me know how it goes by shooting me a message on Instagram at Kendra Perry Inc.